Well, as you know, most mining materials, particularly the large quantity mining materials, must move by trains, by rail. So Palabora Copper has invested a lot of money in terms of that segment to move cargo from road to truck, to trains. So we've invested a lot of money in terms of extending our railways. We've got about 14 kilometers of railway internally. We invested in locomotives and crews internally in terms of shunting yard and moving the material locally so that when our partners, Transnet, they're able to take through the material. We've also invested in the plant, in the loading plant, which is a state-of-the-art plant with a shuttle conveyor that loads accordingly into the wagon for safety, volume, etc. So we've invested a lot of money in that sense so that we're able to move more volume by trains and reduce our reliance on trucks. It is very, very key. If you look at South Africa in the Southern Hemisphere, in fact, Southern Hemisphere in total, South African railways are the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere. And it was imperative for us to invest in that space because road interchange and interaction with public, etc. So it was important for us to do so. Of course, road is more expensive, but also you carry less volume. So that has been the strategy of Palabora Copper. We continue to forge partnerships with partners, including Transnet, in terms of the long-term strategies, in terms of investment in the rail space, so that we make sure that we move the volume by rail, not by road. So in terms of capital investment that we've made here internally at the mine, we've moved we've increased the efficiency to about 25–28%, purely by just concentrating in the loading appliance, in the extended railway that we built a couple of years ago to ensure that we move everything onto the rail line. It's in speed, you load it in time, and obviously it's out of the public eye. The important thing about Crusher 5 is that Crusher 5 tells us about the future of Palabora Copper. As a copper mine, Palabora Copper produces copper, produces vermiculite, and obviously magnetite, which is a byproduct of the copper process. With Crusher 5, what does it mean? It means with Crusher 5, we'll have copper production into the future, but we'll also have byproducts of the process, because part of the rock, if you look at the rock, part of the rock, there's copper, there's other byproducts in the actual rock. So the part of the whole process of refining, you move copper one side, what we call tailings, iron ore one side, etc., etc. So part of that, there'll be new arisings of magnetite, which is iron ore, which is a grade of iron ore. So what does it mean in terms of the life of mine? What does it mean in terms of magnetite? Copper is critical. You don't only get copper from the underground, but you also get iron ore from the underground. And much of our dispatches and the rail work, the cargo we put on the rail is for iron ore. We've already launched them about a couple of years ago. We've launched the new tracks. We're still moving because we've got a lot of stockpiles, over 150 odd million tons of stockpiles that we're moving that is still out there. And those stockpiles are part of the copper production since the mine was started over almost 60 years ago. So the mine started to produce around about 1960 or so, producing copper. There was always iron ore that was stockpiled in the form of magnetite. So about almost 15–20 years ago, we started moving that. And it's over 150 odd million that we start to move. And of course, with Crusher 5, it means that we'll be adding to that stockpile new arisings. As we produce more copper, there's more iron ore that is coming through the production line.